All right, so the Jets finally did it. The Jets finally pulled a trigger and got them a quarterback. And so that means the Zach Wilson era is over. You know, it was real, it was bad, it was just real bad. But now they have Aaron Rodgers, you know, a Hall of Famer, a Super Bowl champ, a multiple time MVP award winner. But does this make them a contender? First and foremost, we have to get into the trade itself. The Jets receive Aaron Rodgers, this year's first round pick, which is the number 15th overall pick, and then a fifth round pick this year. While the Packers get this year's Jets first round pick, which is the 13th overall pick, this year's second round pick, a sixth round pick this year, and then a conditional second round pick next year that could turn into a first if Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps. So I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of surprised with the return the Jets got. I'm surprised the Jets were able to keep their first round pick. And I'm surprised the Packers didn't ask for it. I mean, the Jets gained Aaron Rodgers, gave up a second round pick and a sixth round pick and a first round pick next year. They really didn't give up a first round pick this year. They just swapped picks. They just went down 2 picks, which is not that big of a deal. And this pick could be really beneficial for the Jets because at the end of the day, even though this Jets team last year was actually pretty good, they still had some significant holes. One of those being that their offensive line play was not that good. They were missing their best overall lineman and their starting left tackle, Malachi Beachum. I can't really say his last name, but they lost him. And now he's coming up on a contract year where the rest of the line was kind of all right. So why don't you go out there and maybe get you a tackle that could start at right tackle or later become your left tackle if you don't want to re-sign him, or you can just beef up your offensive line at any position you want. You have a 40-year-old quarterback coming in. You need to protect him. Or maybe you can go out there and get a safety since you kind of need a little bit of safety help. Maybe just go out there and build on the strength, which is your defense. And we all know how good their defense was last year. All in all, I'm kind of happy with the package the Jets got. And Jets fans should be okay with giving up what they gave up. You should expect to give up 2 first-round picks to get a quarterback of the caliber that you think Aaron Rodgers will be for you. Key word is think. Let me put it into perspective for y'all how much the Jets needed a quarterback last season. I'm going to say some numbers for y'all, and then I'm going to explain to y'all what they mean after I say them. 22, 10, 20, 20, 19, and 11. Those were all the scoring totals of the teams that beat the Jets this season. There were games this season where the Jets defense held people to 10 and 11 points and they could not win the game. That's how much the Jets needed a quarterback for this offense. And it's not like you had a bad offense. You had playmakers. Aaron Rodgers is stepping into a situation where he has playmakers. He has guys that can do big things with the football in their hands. None other than a guy like Garrett Wilson. And there's a very impressive stat about Garrett Wilson. Last season, 16.3% of his targets were deemed inaccurate by the quarterback, which was 4th highest among all NFL wide receivers to have 100 or more targets in 2022. That's kind of insane to happen to a rookie, but he still goes out there and puts up rookie of the year type numbers and is seen as a guy who can at his peak be a top 5 dude. You also they added Alan Lazard, Minko Hartman. You also have Corey Davis. You have Bryce Young out the backfield, Michael Carter along with them, who is a really good backup running back. Then you have Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzama. It was Uzama. I can't say his last name either. And those two in your tight end room, they have weapons for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is not going into a position where he is bereft of talent. He has that talent on the offense. Then you also have a defense that many could argue is the best in the league. Like, this team was truly a quarterback away, and really not just a quarterback, a competent quarterback away. And I know Aaron Rodgers is up there in age. I know he is 40 years old, but I do believe Aaron Rodgers can come in there and play good, clean football for you. All you need from Aaron Rodgers is to distribute the football and not turn the ball over. And Aaron Rodgers does not turn the ball over. Even last season, where he kind of started off a little bit slow, he still didn't have a crazy number of picks. He still kept the ball out of harm's way. And now he's going to be in an offense where you're not going to ask him to do much. You're just going to ask him to find the open guy, not turn it over, and score more than 22 points a game. Like, that's it. If they would have scored over 22 points in every game, they would have made the playoffs. So they really are just a quarterback away. But are they a contender? Now, to be a contender, in my opinion, you have to be one of the top 3 or 4 teams in your conference. And I don't know if the Jets, even with the addition of Aaron Rodgers, are better than the Bengals, are better than the Chiefs, or even the best team in their own division. You can't forget that the Dolphins are in their division and the Bills are in their division. And we also can't forget that just because you add a quarterback to a team that's a quarterback away doesn't automatically make them good. We saw last year, a key example of this last year was the Broncos. The Broncos was a team in a very similar situation as the Jets. They're coming off a year where their defense was amazing, and it still was last year, and they had weapons on offense to go out there and be really good. And I do understand that they were decimated by injuries. You lose Javonte Williams, but Russell Wilson came in there and wasn't the Russell Wilson you expect to see. He declined. And mainly because Russell Wilson was getting up there in age. You're getting a quarterback that's damn near 40 years old, and you're expecting him to really help pick up and carry this team to a Super Bowl. And to me, that's a lot to ask of anybody who is 39, 40 years old. It really is. And I mean, we all have to understand how much of an outlier Tom Brady is. People like Tom Brady who can play at his level at that old is really rare and really amazing. That doesn't happen often. And I think, especially recently with the amount of quarterbacks that have played to these extended ages, we kind of expect this to happen, forgetting how rare it is. So while I want to say that the Jets can be contenders and can do this, and that, I'm still very hesitant to say that. Because last year I was high on the Broncos, and we saw how that ended. And at the end of the day, even if Aaron Rodgers can come in there and play good, I still don't know if they're the best team in their division. I mean, the Dolphins got better. They added Jalen Ramsey. Tua is hopefully going to be healthy for more of next season and be able to play more of the season. The Bills are the Bills. They have Josh Allen. The Bills are a good team. And you still have the Bengals. You still have the Chiefs. You have a team like the Jaguars that are on the rise. The Chargers are nothing to just look over. The Browns, even though no one really wants to talk to them, you're getting Deshaun Watson off of an offseason of being in that system. God, I hate giving that man praise. But the AFC is no cakewalk. This is not going to be easy. The Jets can be a really good team and find themselves in a wild card game where they may have to travel to, Buffalo, may have to travel to Cincinnati, may have to win a playoff game in Arrowhead Stadium. Like, it's going to be hard for the Jets, even though they are this really good and really talented team led by a phenomenal defense. So, to answer the question, are the Jets now contenders? I don't know. How many contenders can there really be? And can you even be a contender if you may be the third best team in your division? And that's not a slight, because your division is really, really talented. So honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this team is maybe in the AFC Championship game. Then I also wouldn't be surprised if this team can't make it past the wild card round. That's just how tough the AFC is. So, yeah, I don't know if the Jets are contenders, but please leave your thoughts in the comments, and please like, comment, and subscribe. I saw a lot of y'all who watch my videos don't even subscribe, so please subscribe if you like the content, I hope you like it. But anyway, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching, and have a good day. Peace.